Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Ace, back with another live stream. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. It is past midnight here in mainland China, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let me know if I am sounding all right in the comments. Let me know if I am looking all right on the video. Give me some indication there so that I can carry on this live stream. In the meantime, I'll say hello to the chat. Thanks for joining, guys. We are saying hello to Justin Mohan. Welcome to the stream. Toy Stalker, welcome. We have Jonathan Maxwell as well. Here we go. Ermax 3D, thank you so much for always joining the stream, as well as Nick Farinato. Arthur Yo, welcome to the stream. Renato as well in the house. We've got Michael O'Donnell, welcome. And we've got Christian Kickenborg. Hope I got that name right. Michael Tupac, welcome to the stream. And Jeffrey Lopez, you'll catch the rest of the video later. That's good. Vex Doppel, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind suggestions, your emails. We've got you, but hope you understand that we have certain procedures to go ahead. All right. Roger Dodger, hello so much to you. Okay, so let's see. Patrick Gerard as well is in the house. So let me know if I am sounding all right. Star Killer Base, thank you so much for joining as well. Okay, clear audio, choppy vid. Sorry about that. Okay, video has issues. I'm plugged in, not sure what's happening. So hopefully you guys can get the gist of it. All right. A little laggy, says Vex. Okay. A little laggy, says Vex. All right. Are we freezing again? Oh my goodness. I've got myself plugged in. Hopefully. All right. So let's just jump right in, guys. Hello to you, Tom, as well. Thanks for joining. Master Sun 42, thank you so much for joining as well. We got Gibby, Kevin as well. All you guys, so thankful for joining me. All right, Randall, thank you so much. Video keeps pausing. Let's see. Maybe let me just see if I can do this. Hold on. Maybe this one. Nope. Yes. No. There we go. Maybe this is better. All right. The other one is actually a 4K transmission, so maybe that's taking up some bandwidth. Dwayne, thank you so much for joining the stream. We got Michael Schaefer. Sounds good, but picture is freezing. Hopefully now it is not. Take 2. Welcome to the stream. All right. So guys, I'm gonna just go ahead and start the stream. Right. So thanks for all you joining me. We got 100 people in the stream. Hit the like button, share this stream out to all the folks, and then we're going to be talking about M.U.S.K. All right, you're here today to talk about M.U.S.K, and let's go ahead. Okay. All right. So what is M.U.S.K, guys? I'm going to be presenting to you that M.U.S.K, obviously, for those of you who have been listening, following our Facebook and Instagram, you will know that this is an acronym for Modular Underground Sewage Kommand. And finally, I've decided to use the K instead of the C. Okay, so it is actually a part of the DioRamen series. So DioRamen is obviously something that goes with dioramas, and we are going to be putting out this new series of products called the DioRamen, and the first of it would be M.U.S.K, Modular Underground Sewage Kommand. Okay, so much for the name. I'm just going to jump right in to show the dimensions of what we're talking about. All right, so this is a plan view of one section of the M.U.S.K. So when we are talking about selling a M.U.S.K, this is one section, and it goes 24 inches in length, it is 16 inches deep, and it is just about 14 inches in height. All right. So this is a plan view that I've not shared before, an image that's not been shared before. So this is the first time I'm actually showing it. And for those of you who have been following, Ramen Toy on Facebook and Instagram, where we showed off our digital renders, the 3D model, you will notice that, some of you pointed out, hey, why is there a manhole cover in the sewer itself? So we're going to be fixing that by using an actual grate cover to replace that sewer manhole cover instead, so that there is going to be an option for, if you stack this thing up one on top of the other, there is an option for another level of basement going down versus this manhole cover. So I hope that explains it. Okay. So moving along to the next slide. This would be, as you can see, we've now projected this image into, sort of rotating it in the X direction, 90 degrees, and you will see the interior of this prototype. So again, right, this is a prototype that we've just got out today, and we posted it on Facebook, and obviously there's many feedbacks to it, and I'm going to just dive right in to give you guys the details. All right. So before we started this journey around the 18th of August, we conceived the idea of, let's do a, diorama base for, collectors who want to display whatever they want to display. And we went into a journey of putting out some concepts where we shared on the Mad Hatter Reviews channel. And then we also shared it on the Geek That Lives After Dark show, where we showed off the initial concepts of these renders. Okay. And we have progressed since then to, get the 3D model into a more mature state, and then finally into a prototype that we've just showed today. And from the prototype, we're going to, really dissect this and go through with everybody what we're doing, so that everybody is understanding what this whole thing is about. And then we can all have a clear idea versus speculations and, what have you. All right. So I will get to the chat in just a little bit as I go ahead to present this. As you can see from the screen right now, what I mentioned earlier about the grate cover replacing the manhole cover in this section, that is a point that I've indicated over there. And then now the red arrow shows you that this section of the wall is actually removable. So in this prototype thus far, nothing is removable because it's just a print from the 3D, is a static print. It is from this that we look into it, and we did it half scale so that we don't have to have a huge piece of thing, and it costs money, right? It's not cheap. It's not like free. So this whole thing actually costs money to print. And since it's a model anyway, we can just print it half size, and then we can look at it, and then sort of like, it's like a general giving the plans and all these things, right? So we looked at this model, and then we're going through all the details, right? The corrections and how we're going to do it. So this removable wall section is there. And then next, we have the removable large grate gate from behind. So for those of you who also follow our, Stand Easy series, unfortunately, maybe in hindsight, it's a blessing in disguise that we did not do the Stand Easy stands of the sewage environment and the alley environment, because if we had done that, then those sales would probably go down the drain, no pun intended, when this comes along. So it's a good thing that we actually did not have enough orders for those two things. But for those of you who actually were following us on that journey, you will notice that we have done something like that where the grate is removable on the stand. So this is exactly what it is. And then moving along, right? There's modular piping system. Now, this piping system that's currently running, the perimeter of the walls is just for demonstration. When we get to the prototype, you will see that these piping systems are all modular, meaning that you can actually fix yourself how long or short you want the pipes to be. And based on the curved section of the pipe, you can actually bend it and then go whichever direction you want it to go. And in the ceiling of this particular mask, which is actually the street section, what you see there currently on this prototype is blank, but it will be with grid lines. The grid lines are there to support the whole structure above, and you will have multiple holes in the ceiling so that you can plug your pipe whichever way you want to create whichever direction you want in this space. Hence, it's modular. All right. And in the future, we will plan it accordingly that you can actually buy this piping system like an accessory pack, like we did for the ramen racer. You can do an accessory pack if you need more pipes for whatever reason. All right. And you can actually add on to the pipes. But in the setup that we're trying to promote, there will be a set number of pipes that will at least cover this distance. If you see what I'm saying, right? You can actually reduce it or you can add more to it, but at least you're getting this amount of piping system in the first set of mask that you will be getting. All right. So we talked about the crate cover on the ground. We talk about the removable wall. We talk about the bigger crate grill. We talk about the modular piping system. And then now we're going to be talking about the lights. So as you can see, from the distance there's actually two lights. In the sewer, there'll be lights. And these lights will be incorporated in our mask. And these lights are activated by magnetic. So there will be, we will cleverly hide a magnet piece in one of the piping system so that you don't have to have a magnet sticking around when you don't need it. So the magnet is tucked away in the pipes. If you want to activate the lights, you just remove the pipe, touch it near the light, and it will light up. So it's an on and off via magnetic activation. This is not something that's new. If you Google it, you'll see that this system is readily available, and we're just incorporating this system so that you don't have to worry about batteries and all these things in wires. So it's a simple module with an LED that will have a light, and it's powered by a button cell. And the button cell is not included when we ship. You can get the button cell at your, maybe, I don't know, Target or Walmart or Amazon, a button cell that is normally used to activate your car remote control, right, when you lock your car door, so that sort of thing. So that'll be kind of the cell. All right. Now, moving along to the other side. So in case you may be confused, right? Initially, you saw one section of the mask. Now, this section is not included in the initial offering, but these are modular parts that you can actually purchase to expand your set. And we're also considering to give all these parts if we reach a certain amount of sales quantity. So all these details will be hashed out later on. Again, we are basically day one into our prototyping endeavor. And so far, we have decided how we're going to be breaking this up. And then, later on, as we do the costing and do the sales, we will probably come to some kind of incentive whereby if we reach a certain amount of units sold, we will incorporate these other parts, which I'll be going through right now. So the first thing is, if you see over there, it's a step towards another platform. Now, this piece is totally movable. It's not fixed to anything. it is a part that you can move around. It's like a sofa, it's like a table, but it just happens to be a step towards what was previously the ladder to the manhole to the above. We have since decided to move that away, and I'll get to that in just a little bit. But what we're going to do here, based on this initial design, is that the steps are currently too narrow. So when you have a figure over there, it's going to be narrow. So we're going to be widening this space so that there's more space for the figure or figures to stand on. And also we're going to decrease the length so that there's no need to have such a long piece. You can have it smaller, a shorter, wider, and then that allows for more display options, in our opinion. All right. Moving along, we will have this huge pipe reduced in length, as we have taken the feedback that this thing is actually blocking whatever that is behind the pipe, and it doesn't look good in terms of going in to try to position of figures. I can't even reach the behind on this little model, right? So we're going to be reducing the length to just 1/3 of what you see now. So it's going to be significantly shorter, so that gives you more space, more frontage, if you will. All right. And then this little stream that goes right in the L-shaped formation is actually a silicon base layer. What do I mean by that? I mean that you'll be getting a generic floor for the mask, and this silicon base layer would be something like this. I'm just going to go full screen for a little bit. Okay, it's like a silicon thing where the whole piece goes in, and you have your L-shaped water, and then because it's using this kind of silicon material, we can actually have sort of like translucent, transparent water effect, sewage effect for that particular thing, so that it's going to feel soft. It's going to be very easy to manipulate. It's like a carpet. Just imagine that we have placed a carpet on the mask in that area. We just slide it in, and it totally changes your groundwork into that particular formation. All right, let's see, there we go. All right, so that is the silicon base layer. And now I'm going to move out to the outside of the mask. Okay, if you look at what is available in the market, this part here is actually without any details, because that is the essence of the tooling. You can't tool something with two sides having embossed details. One side has got to give. All right, so what we're doing here is that we're going to be providing two sides of details. Let me say that again. So you're not getting a wall with a blank other side. You are getting a full wall on both sides. All right. So already, if you are catching on, you are getting more than less. Okay. However, we will be making some adjustments to the design, such that what you see over there, the little bulb and the switch, it will be removed, because we can't have this thing on the outside and then have another adjacent piece joined together. All right. And also because these left and right side of the walls are not meant to have any light up function. The light up function is only going to be available on the back side of the wall. Okay. And as we go along, you will see why this is so. Now, this is just another view from what I showed this morning, where we have the two mask units joined together, adjacent, side by side. You'll be able to see through this this pipe. Of course, this pipe now has the original length, which is longer. We're going to shorten that. So just imagine this like a camera lens, right? Imagine this part reducing to just a third, but you'll still be able to see through to the other side. And even if you look closely, you can see right through to where the wall section can be removed. All right. So this here is the last slide of the first part. And I'm going to just remove that for a bit and then present the second part of the slides. But in the meantime, I will go ahead to just run through some questions from the bottom, I guess, to the top. So the first one first. All right. So silicon will achieve a great water effect, but doesn't silicon degrade fairly quickly in certain temperatures? I don't think so. I think this has been sitting in the car under the heat of the sun and it has not degraded. So it's cool, right? It's not going to degrade. There you go, Terrence. Silicon can be easily washed. That is correct. Will it be transparent so you can potentially put legs under it to make it look like green grits water? So the thing is this, we are contemplating to include slime in the offering. Although this could be sold separately or a small pack could be included, this is still yet to be known. But the whole idea is, yes, because you can't actually put a figure on top of a solid water structure, because the figure is not going to be walking on water, right? The figure needs to have some parts of the ankle submerged inside, and you can't do it onto ABS or PVC that's solid. So the only way is to sort of put it onto something like this and then cover it with some slime, whether it's going to be clear blue or clear green, but at least there is some effort and effect there to give you a sense of realism that the guy is not standing on water. All right, so that's the best we can do. All right. So the rest of the questions over there are about the silicone. So we just skip that. If the pipe were adjustable, could it slide further in or out of the diorama? I'm not exactly too sure about the question, but if you're asking about the pipes, it's not adjustable in terms of it's not telescopic. It is a long section, a short section, and in an intersection and corners, so that you can actually mix and match whatever you want, how long you want, how short you want. That's the idea. Okay. Kato, welcome to the stream. Will it be magnetically modular or snap to fit? The modular parts will be adjoined like the way we have our most powerful stand in the universe. And for added security, things like the overhanging parts, like the ceiling, it will be reinforced with screws that you can apply yourself. All right. Again, all these will be made known when we have the working prototype. We have Adrian here saying that the customization options, wow, okay, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So we're just going to go straight back into the second part of the presentation. All right. Okay, so now we move into the second mask layout. Okay, so I mentioned earlier about this little ladder that goes up to the manhole. It is at the corner. There was original design, but we are moving that into another place, which I will show you just in just a bit. All right, but this was the original design, and you can see why there were steps leading to an elevated platform to get access to those ladder. But we're going to change all that, keep it the same in a way, but some changes to make it better. All right. Next thing here, if you can see above, there is actually this rectangular grate. So the width would be reduced by 50%. So it's more of a rectangular long grate versus a wide grate. And there might be a logic issue here in that water don't just flow in like this into the sewer, but there are some limitations to what we can do. If we actually covered this up, then I think it defeats the purpose of some sense of like from the bottom you can actually look on top, there could be some light flowing in, and if you're from the top you can actually look down into the sewer. So for the sake of this playability or this optics, we opted to just keep the drain cover like so, whereby it is just something that's open-ended from the ceiling down, from the surface down to the sewer. So we hope you can understand our rationale. Otherwise, if it's going to be like really logical, then this drain should flow into another channel, and then the channel then flows somewhere else, which means that by looking up, you will not see any sunlight. So we think that the having something see-through is more cool at the moment than something that's all blocked up. All right, so let us know what you think. Okay, the initial designs also includes these electrical trunking sculpts so that it makes sense for the lights to light up. But actually, it is difficult for us to create what we want in terms of the modularity if these trunking were designed this way. So we're changing the trunking to a more linear fashion, and then it just comes down to each light like a T shape. So versus this snaky shape, all right, it's going to be a linear trunking, and then it comes down to the light. So everything is all in a constant and equidistance sort of a way. Okay. So again, it lights up. As I mentioned earlier, we saw it in the other room, and then this now is in this particular room. So what you will notice the difference is that this wall, the back wall, the difference between this and that is that the other one has a big hole with a grate cover, and this one does not. So it all means that this part here is modular. You can either select to have this wall or the one with the hole, which I'll again explain in more detail as I go along, and it'll be much clearer when we actually show you the final prototype. Okay, so the stairway is positionable. As I mentioned before, it is not stuck there, it is not packed there, it's just something that is freely movable. So is this particular grate that actually starts the flow of the L-shaped silicone carpet. So you can actually put it there if you want to simulate the start of the flow. Remove it if you want to keep it just as the wall. Remove the silicone or don't put it there if you want the whole thing to be totally empty for putting a vehicle or whatsoever, right? So it's all planned this way in terms of the modularity. Okay, this one here is another repeat of what I just mentioned, but in this case, I'm showing you this angle whereby now we're in this room. Previously, we're looking in from the other side of the mask, right, where they have the big pipe looking in towards the hole in the wall. Now we're in this room looking out into the other room that we just talked about. All right, if it makes sense. And now we ascend up to the surface. So I just took all these pictures quite haphazardly as I try to show you guys, the top section. And I don't want to go into too much detail because we are making changes. So I don't want people to be like locked in to be seeing what they're seeing. Rather, I just want to show a little bit of an overview, and then I will go into the details of what we're changing so that you do not expect something here and then it looks different at the end of the day. Okay, so what we have here is the street scene, which is also the cover for the mask environment. Okay, so you had the two walls on the side, one on the back, and a flooring, and then this constitutes the cover, the ceiling, and this itself is a street section where you have the street, you have the sidewalk, you have the brick section of the side of a building, and you have entrances to the building. And that's what this is. All right. Now, you'll also be, this is an accessory that would be included in the set, which is a fire hydrant. Again, the fire hydrant is not pegged to anything. It's a free moving item that you can place anywhere along the sidewalk if you want. And let me just go back to this slide to show you that if you notice on the sidewalk, there are sections. So all these sections will also be modular in the sense that you will put it on yourself. Okay. And then you will see right at the far end where I was talking about the grate cover leading to the drain. Now this part will also be seen further in front, meaning that in one section of a mast, you will have a drain section of the sidewalk. So it's going to be solid sidewalk, and then there'll be one sidewalk that's a hole, and then that hole would be adjacent to a grate cover on the street. And this itself is also interchangeable because you can also cover it up with street material and cover and use a sidewalk without a hole if you don't want any, drain covers along your display. So either you can have the drain cover with a drain inside, that means you can look into the sewer, or you can opt to have it all sealed up with the look of the street. Okay, so these are the option parts. And then if you look over there, we had the feedback about a shutter door does not have steps, but actually it does, because these are actually taken from real world photographs. But we understand that normally a shutter door would be a slope for you to like trolley in some stuff, and that's what we're going to be changing it to, right? We're going to be changing it to a slope instead of steps. And this entire piece with the slope and the two handles on the side is also a separate piece that is free to move anywhere if you want. Okay. Unfortunately, we will not be able to make the shutter doors go up and down. That's a bit too much to ask. But the other door will be able to open outwards, not inwards, in case, because if you're putting this against the wall, pushing the door inwards is not going to help. So it's going to be an open outwards door. And then this is where the next modularity come into play. Because from what you can see here, the two doors are not in a balanced position. It's not equidistant to anything, right? But we'll be changing that. So this wall section for one mask unit, just like the wall section below, the back wall, will be split into two parts. Likewise here, it will be split into two parts. And then the center part is where you can interchange the type of doors that you want. Whether you want it to be the shutter door, the door that opens, or the fire escape that is above ground. So what you see over there now is not the correct depiction of what this is going to be, because as you can see, the door is there and then the fire escape is right at the end, but it will not be so. One mask section of a building wall will only hold one kind of effect, whether it is a shutter door, a door that opens, or a fire escape. It won't have two on one mask. So for this to happen, you need actually three side by side to make it happen. All right. So I hope this is clear. Again, it'll be much clearer when we are showing you the prototype. So these are the changes that we actually made, because the whole idea is that it must be modular. So by having it like this, it cannot be modular. It is going to be stuck in one position. All right. Moving along. So this is an overview of what I showed this morning, but this is half scale, meaning that I reduce the actual size of this thing by half so that I can have it in a more manageable model for me to do all the markups. So as you can see over there very clearly, just imagine the shutter door displacing more to the center of the mask, and then the fire escape will not be at the corner. It will also be displaced to the center, and then the little door there will also be displaced to the center, which means these are all option parts. You can choose which one you want. Of course, when we decide on the one unit of mask, we will probably decide on one door that is going to be provided for that set, with the other doors and fire escape being option parts to purchase. Or like again, we could think about, it could be a tier that once we reach a certain number of units sold, we can include it in FOC. That's all being planned but not confirmed at this stage. Okay, so as you can see over there, also take note that where the fire hydrant is right now, the sidewalk curves in. This will not be so. It will be a continuous sidewalk that is straight. There will be 6 pieces of sidewalk for one mask unit. You can count over there that those of you who have eagle eyes, you'll probably count 5 pieces to form 24 inches, but it will be changed to 6 pieces so that it's all equal. It can accommodate if something is halved. All right. Now, when we say something is half, it also means that if you choose to not have the space, or rather, if you are limited by your space and you can't display something 24 inches wide length, okay, you can display half of it. Okay, the only shortfall, the only thing that we can't do is that if you display half of it, you can't have the street section on top. Pros and cons, right? So you're able to display half a mask by splitting it in half, because you don't assemble everything. So you have kind of an L shape. Again, all these will be more visually explanatory when I show you guys the actual prototype that I'll move around. But in the meantime, I'm just using my words to explain it to you guys. Okay, so where we're going to move the manhole cover is right in front of your screen, towards the bottom, or rather the center of the screen, right? The bottom left of this image now, where the street section is. So it's closer to the outside. All right, the manhole cover will be moved over there. Okay, again, I'll show it to you guys when we have the finalized prototype. Now, moving along. So what are you getting exactly? This is I think the crux question, right? You're not getting all this for one mask. No, this is actually 2 masks. All right, what you're getting? Okay, you are getting 4 pieces of 12-inch by 8-inch sewer floor sections. So by this, you're already noted that the entire sewer floor of 24 inches by 16 inches deep is actually consists of 4 pieces, each 12 inches by 8 inches in dimension. All right. The thickness, I will confirm that later, because we need to have a certain thickness. So working on that. And you also get 2 pieces of 2-inch by 14-inch sewer back wall. So this back wall is where you have the lights. Okay, if you're following me, right? So 12-inch by 14-inch tall, each with a light component, is how you put together the back section of the wall. And then finally, the 2 sides that is dual faced. You won't have any side where there's nothing. It's going to be 2 sides of walls, and it's just 2 pieces of 16-inch length and 14-inch tall of the wall sections. That's what you're getting. So far, you're already forming the shoebox, right? A back wall, 2 sides, and a floor. Now, you're going to be getting a set of piping system. So the piping system, as I've already shown, will at least be enough to go round a U shape of the mask. How you decide to rearrange it and plug it in is entirely up to you. But that's at least the length of piping that you're going to get. You'll also be getting the large sewer grate cover that we showed momentarily, the one that's against a light on top, the big cover with like a jail cell sort of vertical bars. And then, of course, you will include with 2 modules of the LED lights. So it's a typo there. I repeated my copy and paste. I pasted 2 times of those things, but you'll be getting 2 modules of LED lights, which is incorporated into the 2 sections of the wall, the back wall. Okay. And then you'll be getting the circular small sewer grate cover, something that I showed you guys at the start of the presentation, where we're changing that manhole cover into a sewer grate cover instead. All right. And then you'll be getting the circular street sewer cover. This is where the manhole, where it says NYC, that kind of a cover. And then 1 piece of leather. The leather is where you will attach to get up into the manhole of the sewer cover. Okay. And then there'll be 2 pieces of vertical pipe with release valve. The release valve is just a aesthetic feature. Nothing happens when you turn it. Okay. I don't think it turns. It's a static piece. So basically a straight vertical end-to-end, floor to top pipe, 2 pieces. And this also helps for as an additional insurance to support the street section above. So yes, we already have very strong ABS structured with grids secured with screws, supported by the left and right walls of the mast. But as an added insurance, you can choose to put this, pillar in the middle or somewhere to further support the entire structure. And that's why you're given 2 pieces. All right. And it's not uncommon to have like pipes sticking right up from in the middle of a room. All right. So that's what it is. Okay. So those are the items that you're getting, plus, the 1 piece of the removable wall section that we talked about at the start. Okay. And then as we now go upwards, 4 pieces of 12-inch by 8-inch street sections. So this is going to be the road, right? The tar road. Okay. The tar street. Again, just like what was formulated at the sewer floor, it is now replicated on top. 12-inch by 8-inch, 4 pieces. And then, as I mentioned before, again, there's a typo there. It's not 5 pieces, but 6 pieces of the sidewalk sections. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5 pieces because the other piece has the hole. So I'm correct. So 5 pieces of sidewalk sections without hole, and 1 piece of the sidewalk section with the drain opening and the grate. Okay. And finally, the 2 pieces of the building section with the opening door. Right. So we might start off with offering the opening door as part of the generic set of 1 mask, plus finally 1 piece of the fire hydrant. Okay, so what we are not giving in terms of a sofa or a couch or a small table or some paintings or some signs, we are making up for with an entire road section, building section, and all the stuff that I mentioned. Okay. All right. Okay. When? Working prototype by the end of September. Again, we started the journey on the 18th of August. We're now in the 12th of September. Well, 11 for you guys. No, 12, right? 12. Is it? No. 11 for you guys. Okay. And by the end of September, we're going to be having the working prototype. Means 1-to-1 scale. I'll be taking pictures, maybe taking a video, and then I'll be on live stream to show you guys how it works. And pre-orders by October, and delivery by before Chinese New Year in 2024, which means before February. Okay, I just put February there because if I put January, it's just too rushed because we're not shipping in January the 1st, but rather before Chinese New Year kicks in. So, but by the month of January, we'll finish up all the production and then get it out when the factory goes off for the Chinese New Year. Finally, how much? Want to make a guess, guys? Let's look at the comment section and see what's up, guys. Thank you for hearing me present to all you 100 people, you lovely people. So put in the comments, right? How much? So as I go into the comments to see what I've missed and maybe address some questions. By the way, the super chat's available. We're just monetized, guys. So if you feel like you want to give some super chats. Okay, let's see. Just gonna scroll by and check out if I can find any questions and I will address them. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Jonathan, Nostalgia Unbox is in the house. Okay, so I hope that my video has not been freezing. I hope that I was able to deliver the presentation smoothly. Let me know, guys. Hello to JC Fett and George Kerner. Hey, hello, dopes, Ted. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm just scrolling down to see if I can get any questions. So pardon me, guys. I'm a one-man show. I gotta do this by myself. So Take Two talks about if I lower my webcam resolution, I can get a better. Well, you see, the thing is that I don't know. Sometimes it's okay, and then sometimes it just acts up. So we will just go ahead to do whatever we can. The idea is to have multiple sub levels. Sure, if you want to build up your mask, you can stack them up. That's not a problem. And along the way, we would probably give like more options because in between a level is not just a floor. There could be like more sections of stuff. But again, it's difficult to like really put it really condensed with stuff that you don't really get to play around. So it could just be wasted space, but we'll see how it goes, right? But I understand what you guys mean, to have like something in between. So we'll do our best to see what we can do because it's modular. We can do it. All right. On the street level, I only see Storm Drain, Big Boss Toys mentioned. So what does that mean? I'm not too sure. Daniel Kwai, thanks for joining. The way ramen listens to fan input sets them apart from everybody else. Well, everybody listens to fan input, don't they? We're just one of the guys that listens as well. Let's see. We got Hale Jordan in the house as well. Welcome. Rolando Flores as well. So guys, if I missed mentioning your name, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get through this as quick as possible. I'm sure everybody has lots of stuff to do for the day. So I'm just going to make sure I see if I can get questions answered. Okay, so I think I've reached pretty much the end of the questions before. Seems there isn't any much questions. Let's see. Yes, steps a bit narrow, hence we're widening it. We're making it widen. Can we make a bat cave for 500? Yeah, why not? Hence the DioRamen gives us the ability to do stuff. Can a 112 pizza box slide through the grate like in the movie? Let me look into that. Okay, and we will 112 pizza box of what size pizza, right? What's the size that you want? We can get the dimensions and then we'll let you know. But the the hole is pretty big, right? The circumference is pretty big. The diameter, sorry, the diameter is pretty big. But we'll check it out. That street level grate will look so damn awesome with ooze. There you have it. You guys know better. It will be great if you can buy additional lights like these to add to other displays. Well, lights are available. We'll see how it goes because ours attaches in a certain way. So I'm not sure if you get the lights separately, if you can attach it onto your other setups, but I guess so. We'll see. Whatever I say. Okay. Everything looks amazing, but please no batteries. No batteries? How about the button cell? These nuts. Looking forward to the mask. So many possibilities. I'm getting multiple layers for building. Great. What Great White and Marshall, yes, coming soon. Hey, 3POA podcast in the house. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Vex, so will the stairway sit on top of the silicon mat stream? Yes, it does, right? So the silicon mat will be sized exactly in the 24 by 16. You just slide it in and you can put whatever you want on top of the open areas. John Kelly, yes, and we are looking forward to bringing the prototype to you guys. What are the hypothetical toy lines that will be used with? Well, it's up to your imagination, guys. It's up to your imagination. Dimensions, Darren, is 24 long, 16 depth, 14 inches tall, not including the street section. So this won't work with the Necker street scene. Why won't it work? It might not work perfectly, but it will probably still be able to, cope, I think. Racer will definitely fit on the street, no problem there. We've already confirmed the dimensions. This has more top, bottoms, and middles. Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. An accessory pack for the alley will be cool, like having street lights. All these are being planned for the after we deliver, and then you got some other stuff going on. So it's all being planned, guys. Thank you, Josh Brown. Please keep get the replay, and we appreciate you for watching. Oh, there's a request to have another interview. Sure, we're always open for interviews and connecting with everybody. Hey, Jeremy, are you still homeless? Because we need to get your address. This looks really good. Thank you so much, my friend. Phone booth, street lamp accessories. Yes, we are working on it. Mailbox as well, right? So yes, we are working on it. Yes, there should be a Flipper Frank wanted poster, definitely. So this question popped up 112 scale, but the other guy is 110. So I think, in my opinion, between 110 and 112, the 2 scale is quite negligible when it comes to a environment scene, because you can actually sort of even it out in terms of the size, that 2 scale difference, whether the guy is a bit taller, the guy is a bit shorter, the perspective of depth. So I think that 2 scale difference would still work in my opinion, but it's up to you guys to decide if it works for you. Yeah, John, that's what she said. Hey Neil, welcome to the stream. You think it looks amazing? Thank you so much. Any chance of adding to expand the building height? Currently, the height of the building expanding is not yet considered, but we will see how it goes. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks so much. Okay, so we are at the juncture where we are asking how much is a mask. Do I get any comments to guess the price? Will there be an option to cap off the ends of the street sections? Cap off. Not sure what you mean by that. Don't do tiers for the accessories, just make them available as sets. Well, I think what we're trying to do is that if we sold more units, we want to give back and give you guys the accessories, more accessories, so that you can actually, right now what you have is one. If you buy one mask set, all the other parts that we have so far needs to be bought separately, right? But what if we just throw it in for you? Wouldn't you want that? Purchasing additional lights, we'll look into that. As mentioned, the lights would probably only fit our product. Can one of the modules hold the dio? I've explained that already. Is it possible to make the 12-inch back wall into a side wall to make smaller rooms? Currently, not planned for that, because if you start making rooms within the building and then adding depth to that, then we are already extending beyond the back side of the mask. So we need to actually cater to what's going to hold up the other side of the building. So currently it's not planned in that way yet, because I think the crux of the matter is what you want in terms of the basement, another level 2, another level 3, and then the top is the ground. I think that is the crux of it. So building the wall, the building upwards is not exactly, I don't think, maybe for the next other mask where we are building for height. All right. Thank you, KJ. Looking amazing so far. Thank you all so much. Okay, there we go. Less than 300. Bingo. 180 I said before. Yes, so those prices that I said before, if you guys recall, it is based on the original renders that we brought up for discussion. And those original renders did not include things like a street section, or rather it's just like a flat street section. Okay. And then things of the render that we showed didn't include the other details like lights and leathers and stuff like that. So maybe there was a leather, right? But basically what I'm saying is that between what we showed before, the early concept, and what we're showing now is day and night. Okay, so things do change, and then we need to recalculate our own tooling cost, production cost, and then we're coming up with the actual price now, which I'll reveal really soon. Okay, so the guesses are in. Okay, la la la. Dr. Evil mentions $1 million. No, that's over. Is it possible to know how large a sewer ladder and fire balcony escape will be? Yes, we'll get all those numbers, those dimensions to you as soon as I have the prototype. But you can sort of extrapolate. It's I think maybe about I think it's about 3 inches long. Yes, I think it's about 3 inches long. Mark talks about 200. Oh, pretty close. This must be $6,000 minimum. Wow. What, rupees or? All right, guys. Enough of that. We will go and oh wow, first super chat. Thank you so much, 3POA 499. It is indeed the first super chat. Thank you so much. And we follow up with a second super chat. Thank you, Skyfall. Hey Ace, is it possible to know how large? Oh, sorry, I had your question and then you have it again on super chat. Thank you so much. I answered already, and I'll get you the actual dimensions once we have the final prototype. Okay. Okay, guys. Without further ado, um, thank you, my Nicks, as well for the £1 super sticker. Appreciate it so much. JC Fed follows up with a $5 super chat and is very close at 200. So without further ado, guys, let's reveal. Of course, Ted Dark Claw from Hella Dope Toys. Is this a ramen exclusive, or will it be available for retail partners? Thank you so much, Ted, for the $5 super chat. It is available if you guys want to carry it. Okay, we can talk more about it as we get into the email. But yes, if you guys want to carry it and help to sell more units, more power to everybody. Okay, thank you so much. Rin Ryo-Oki. So our figures originate from specific genres. Any thoughts on which genre? Again, leave it to your imagination. And these nuts, again, thank you so much for the super chats. It's so nice, right? We appreciate you so much. Keep up the amazing work, Ace. Looking forward to the mask, and I am looking forward to bringing that to you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, guys, without further ado, wow, lots of questions. Oh, Heather is in the house. $5, $5, Heather. Can I eat ramen while playing with the mask? Of course you can. This super chat is 1 penny more than laser pens. Well, every penny counts. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, let's go to how much. Bam. The mask, as I've explained earlier, with all those components, is going to be $159.95 retail. And of course, I need to put a little asterisk there that says prices are subject to change. But of course, it's just to protect myself. I'm committed to giving you guys exactly what I'm saying here. So initially, it was projected as 180 shipped. But now that you see the stuff that I'm including, it's going to add to the weight. And boy, is this a heavy piece of parcel. All right, it's not going to be light. We are but we are aiming for, selling it with a shipped price of $200. And this is, of course, with the help of our distribution assistants in the US with Toy Stalker. We're going to be working out details with them really soon. And if Hello Dope Toys wants to also partake in the whole campaign, hey guys, more power to all of us. All right. So we'll talk more about that. But this, guys, is what is the price that we're looking at. 200 US shipped to the USA. So if you are in the USA, what I've described to you for one set of masks is $200 landed to your door. Okay. And for those of you who are not in the US, it is $159.95 add-on shipping to your location, whether you are in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, the UK, Australia. The shipping price will be added accordingly to that price of the product. Okay, so this is what we've done. And once we get to the prototype and show it to you guys and launch the actual sales, we will be giving more goodies. Okay, talking about if we reach a certain number, we will throw in more stuff, and that's the whole, I guess, name of the game. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments. um UK shipping. So Darren, we will definitely work out all the shipping charges as soon as we can. Shipping is always a hassle, but we have freight forwarders lined up, and we can get shipping cost, and we'll do our best to obviously get the most practical cost. All right. Um, we have all in for these nuts. I want to wholesale them too, but I only want to wholesale one of them to myself. Is it cool? Yes, it is cool. Very cool. Okay. Any MOQ requirement for 159.95? It's 1,000 units minimum, right? As we always roll with 1,000 units, but if we can get it more, then like I said, we will throw in stuff, right? We'll start throwing in the pipe, the stairs, the silicon base, the other door, the other fire escape, and more, right? So as we're developing it, so stay tuned, guys. We are working without stop, right, to get you guys the best value. Okay, we have a confirmation that it's a good price. Thank you so much. So for those that actually said 200, you guys are spot on if you're actually based in the US, because that's what we'll be charging shipped to the US. Um, Jonathan, you will pay 300 just to spike. No, 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 no. Keep the 100, guys. Okay. Let's see. I'm just all over the place here. Sorry, guys. Is it possible to show images of 112 and 110 action figures for comparison in the mask? Yes, when we get the prototype, I'll definitely show it. Okay, but not in this one half scale. This half scale rendition of the prototype. It will not work. Okay, let's see. I got another super chat. Thank you so much, Cube Tube, for the $5 super chat. You love all the offerings here, but I can't wait. You can't wait to accessorize it yourself over time. This is a customizer's dream. And speaking of that, yes, guys, I forgot to mention, we will be offering the mask in 3 SKUs. The first SKU would be a standard cartoonish color. The second SKU will be a more realistic coloration with wash effects and a darker tone overall. And then the final SKU would be a blank canvas, a blank slate for those of you who want to buy it. And then the prices, of course, will be given accordingly. So you will not be expected to pay the full price for a blank, like a model kit sort of thing. We will give the prices accordingly. So look out for that. And for those who actually ask about whether is this a one-time production and will it be, in production after this is done, I would like it to be an ongoing thing, right? But of course, every time when we do a production, we need to hit an MOQ of like 1,000 units. So hopefully, if we put the sales out and the numbers are encouraging, we would allocate, more into the production so that at least we have enough to stock and sell as and when collectors want to buy it. That is what we plan to do. But we are not in a position whereby if the stocks runs out, we just call the factory to just churn out more. That is not what we are in a position to do. Okay. All right, guys. I think that is pretty much all I wanted to go over tonight. I could be making more rounds with other channels in the very near future. Okay. So look out for that. Is this another super chat, a separate super chat from the Mad Hatter? You're giving me another $5, my friend. So this looks great, but does it have the patented turned into a garage feature. I think I just mentioned it, right? If you were listening, you can actually blank out a section of it without anything and put what you want. So it's definitely available. Plus, guys, you will have the option to actually buy the parts separately. So all these needs to be calculated. We need to sit down and then tell you, or rather ask the factory, how much does one piece cost. I'm going to sell it as one piece so that you can actually put blank pieces together and then build up your garage versus buying a full mask set again. Okay, so the options are there. It's going to be a lot of work on our part to segregate the entire set into individual parts, just like you would maybe if you're in a IKEA. Instead of buying the whole cabinet, you actually buy more shelves and you build your own, that sort of thing. So exactly that's what we're going to be doing with mask. You can actually pick and choose what you want to buy, but we just need time to sort out the prices. um you can pay 300, just send in $100 super chat. Thanks, Ralph. That's a good one. Um, Awesome Ace, VG. I'll just call you VG because I always have trouble pronouncing your name. Thank you for that. Really appreciate you guys. Okay, I am gonna just see through if I can find more questions. Can I order now from Nick? You can order it as soon as we get the prototype. Okay. Will PayPal pay in 3 work? Do I know you have 3? I'm not sure, man. Not too sure about PayPal's policies. And thank you for another one to try to up the Hatter 999. Is it an auction? 999. Thank you so much, Ryan. Matt Hatter has, what is that? Is that a word? Okay, you got to tell me in the chat later. But thanks so much for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate it. And all these super chat actually goes back into the channel, because the channel, now that it's monetized, it requires licensing for the music, right? All these lights that you see behind me, setting up the studio, the lights in front of me, these are all investments that we put in. And then, the super chat sort of helps to smoothen it out. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, let's see. I am trying to get to some questions. Getting back to work. Roger that. Happy accident. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the SKU paint styles makes more sense for genre compatibility. Yes. Thank you so much. Wayne Smiley can't wait to hear Ace read that super chat. Don't read that super chat, Ace, says Matt had the reviews. Matt had a review says, end this stream. And followed by scene. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I think this is it, guys. This is the end of the chat. The last one here from Jeff. Glad Ramen Toys care more about the customers. That's it. I'm going to read. That's all. News on Ramen Racer. Look out for the second test shot coming in the beginning to the second week of October. I will be showcasing the second test shot and then sending it off to definitely sending it off to the Articulated Ninja for his take on the test shot. And then I believe he'll be sending it off to you, 3POA, for your own review yourself. So that will be the update for the racer. The next 3POA was someone saying out of nowhere, oh, by the way, Matt Hatter has a small PP. Wow, is that so? Okay. Okay, got it. Shiva Kuma, the verse hits. Yes, we have some in the archives that our salespeople will get back to you on your requests for the hits. All right, so hopefully you get that answered, and hopefully they will get to you really soon. But yes, I will follow up on that as well. Thank you for the interest. And please paste the ramen racer full scale on the Mars Street. Yeah, very possible because I'll get the prototype at the end of the month, and then before I send it off, I can put the ramen racer on it to show you guys. All right. Okay, guys. I think that is it. I will be back really soon with more updates on what we're doing. In the meantime, I just want to plug with our own site. Make sure you check out the Ace of Aviation. It's currently available for pre-order. We are putting back the head and helmet for order, meaning that even though PowerCon is over and we meant for the special head to be only available at PowerCon, it is now still going to be given up to whoever orders the set of 3. So wait no further. Go to our website, order the Ace of Aviation. Okay, over here, right? You order that at 149.95 for the bundle of 3, and you will get what you will get of the figure that we couldn't do. Okay, so please share it out to everybody. It's clear as day. It might not be written here, but I'm telling you, if you order, I'm just going to say it outright. All right, if you order the bundle of 3 aces, you're going to get a certain I'm not really saying it outright, am I? A certain TC character, a certain math character, head and helmet and insignias that you can put onto the figure and then create your little Top Gun guy. Okay, and also the gull wing is now available for pre-order. We are shipping this in December. For those who have missed out on the red gull wing, this is the gull wing. It's going to come in a more polished state because we're going to be polishing up this tooling. So instead of what you're getting on the first run, which is a little bit more on the satin finish, this will be more gloss. This will feature sticker sheet that you can actually decide what you want, whether you want it to be with the grids and the lightning or without. And then this is going to have the chrome tips that you guys asked for before. A whole lot of nostalgia, right? A different packaging, but still the same goodness of a gull wing with the figure, of course, with a steel colored helmet. It's all good there. A reduced price, 145. Don't hesitate, get it now. All right, it's shipping in December because once this is over, we will not be touching this for some time to come. So your chance to get it, please get it now. All right. Also, Marshall is up for pre-order. We're delivering this in the second quarter of next year, and only via our website will you get the extra parts for the Marshall, the long rifle, the medallion, and the crystals. Okay. And of course, Ramen Racer is still available for order at 200, a cool 200. We're not raising the price to 250 just yet. Phantom foil for those that ordered. We really appreciate all your patience. We are going to be tooling this really soon. So we're going to be getting really busy with the tooling of this guy. Unfortunately, when we brought this prototype to a toy show early in the year, it came back damaged. That's why we had to, actually redo the prototype. So that sort of held us back a little bit. We didn't feel that at a point of time we were going to be making the prototype again. But now that we're going to be going to tooling, we have to shore up the prototype. So we will be doing this guy really soon. So if you still want to get it ordered, it's still available at the early bird price. Okay. So that is about it for all that I want to say. Okay. And we just got another super chat, I think, as I was going through all those things from JC Fed, $20. Thank you so much. Can't wait for the racer. Looking forward to this mask as well. You hooked me up with the 2 hats at PowerCon for my 3 orders of racers. Thank you, sir. I really um I'm struggling to connect who you are, but I definitely appreciate you being there. And I tell me next time that you are JC Fed next year at PowerCon. All right, I'll shake your hand again. You are awesome. You are awesome. And thank you so much for the kind donation. Okay, guys, that is all for the live stream. I appreciate it very much, and I will have to sign off now as I have gone in like 1:30 a.m. now in where I am now. So I need to take a rest, and I will be back really soon, whether on another channel or back on our stream. Again, I'll be updating on Facebook with the latest progress on the mask, on the other stuff that we're doing. For those of you who have spotted a certain vehicle in the pictures, that's another new project that we're doing. So a lot of stuff happening. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, guys.